Hey guys, welcome back to A Special Life. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe below and give it a big thumbs up. For the last video, I talked about everything to do with the monitor and how it works and how to carry it and all that stuff. And that was part 1. So if you have not seen that already, I'll link it up here so that you can check it out. But for part 2, we're going to be talking about the oxygen tank and dealing with a cannula and best ways to dress your child when dealing with a cannula and all that great stuff. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about the portable oxygen tank that we are using. You might be using a different company, so a different tank. But if you do have questions on your specific one, please let me know and I'll help you to figure it out because I know it's kind of hard and stressful. Here's the little bag. The cannula goes through this hole and then it attaches right here, and this can come right off and the air comes out that little hole right there. This whole part right here, this whole green part comes off, so when it shows on the red, when it's empty, this part comes off and goes onto a new tank that has full air. To open it, to allow the air to come out of the tank, you'll take this cool key and put it on top of this guy, and then you'll just turn it to the left. And then after you're done using it, lock it, turn it all the way to the right. That will allow the air to stop flowing because you don't want to waste the air. Depending on how much air your child needs, you'll turn this part right here so you can see it's on 0, and you'll turn it up like this to whichever amount your child needs. So I don't know if you can hear it, but the air is coming out right there. And then you'll want to turn it off as soon as you're done using it. Again, don't want to waste the air. So with the portable tank, you obviously only use that when you go outside of the house. It's portable so that you can take it out and carry it and do what you need to do outside of the house. But for our situation, the company that we use, they provided a concentrator. So this big old machine is really great because all you got to do is plug it in, and as long as you have electricity, then you will have running oxygen. With the portable tanks, it's kind of a pain because you only have so long and then you run out of oxygen and you have to use a different one. But with this, you always have air. You don't have to worry about it. So with the concentrator, it also comes with this little box. I can't remember what the actual term is. We just call it the box. What happens is you turn on the concentrator, and then it has this huge long cord that you can bring wherever you're going in the house. And then the air goes to the box. It plugs in right here. The cannula plugs in on the bottom. And then you control it with this guy to however much air your child needs. So that's the concentrator. We had kind of a terrifying experience when Levi was about a month and a half old. We decided to go on our very first vacation and take him out of the house overnight. And one of those nights at midnight, the oxygen tank broke, and we had to have our company drive like 3 hours to come give us the part that we needed. So please remember to bring an extra of everything, an extra cannula, an extra tank, extra stickers, just like you would with any other kid. But when you have all those extra other things, make sure you bring 1 or 2 of those as well. Now, dealing with the cannula, it obviously goes around the head, and then these 2 spots go inside the nostrils, and they'll give you some kind of a sticker so that the cannula will stay on the face. But these ones, these are just dots. So you open it like this, you kind of open the flap, and then the cannula goes on top of the sticky part. And then you put the flap back on top of the cannula so that it stays in place. Now, baby's skin is super sensitive, and so I would suggest putting the stickers right up here on your temples. It's also more convenient because then it's not quite as close for your child to grab at it and pull it down. When babies are little, they love to be swaddled. It helps them to sleep better, and it's really helpful when you're dealing with cords. So we really loved using the Swaddle Me brand. Those are my favorite. And we also used Ziggy Me. It just helps a lot to keep their arms and their hands down so that they don't grab at the cannula on their face. Unfortunately, they can't stay in swaddlers forever. So when you're dealing with pajamas or clothing, what you want to do is put the cannula in the clothes, in the pajamas, through the back. And then with footy pajamas, I love to use snaps so that you can put the cannula right through the snap opening. You can also use these when you have a monitor because it keeps it snug so that it gets a good reading on the monitor. And then you can put the cords right through the snap opening as well as the cannula. Some other pajamas that I've really loved, I found these on Amazon. They have zippers, although I do prefer to use snaps. They're just a little easier when you're dealing with cords. But these go up to the top, and then there's another one that goes to the bottom. I usually leave an opening right here so that I can put the cords through. There's also an opening at the bottom though, and there's a flap so that you can close it if your baby's feet get cold. Another big reason I love these is on the hands, there's a flap as well that you can close them, and then they can't get their hands out to grab and pull out their cannula and things like that. With clothing, it's the same basic idea. You want to take the cannula and put it through the clothing in the back, and then you can just put it through any of the openings, the snap openings, or through the pant leg. You can do it the same with a onesie. Just put it through the back in any of the openings that are on the clothing. And then with pants, just put it through one pant leg, and then it can open up right through there. Then the cannula isn't like moving all over the place and flapping, getting tugged on anything, and then your child isn't grabbing at it as easily. It just is staying snug to their body. If you don't have pajamas that have the hand coverings, just use the cute mittens that you can find just about anywhere. And if these don't work for you, or if you don't have a way to get them, just use socks. I use these probably most of the time. They work to keep their hands closed and they can't grab at the cannula and the cords. You can use them at night or during the day, and then they're not pulling the cannula out of their nose, because it's such a pain, especially when you're sleeping, when they take the cannula out and then they're not getting the oxygen they need, which means they're gonna desat and the monitor goes off like crazy and then you don't get any sleep. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe below. And you can also follow me on Instagram and my Facebook page, which are linked below, and any other videos that you might be interested in. If you're confused about anything that I talk about in this video or any video, please remember to put it in the comments below and I will address anything that you have to say. Keep watching if you're interested in watching the rest of my son's special journey and any other tips and tricks that I will be offering in future videos. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye!